Hi.
You aren't Stranger World season 3 episode 3, Stuart. I hear I was expecting Stranger Worlds, and you're not. Who are you?
Right? Hello, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Starfleet Academy.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my god. Change your plans, guys. Welcome.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's breaking news. It's interesting. And watch our video, because we held ourselves back even though we went on for quite a while.
Yeah, we do have a lot to say about these pictures, which we're going
Mm-hmm.
to get into live here with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Excited to see them. I'm actually excited for this live now because there's going to be new stuff to talk about, whereas Strange New Worlds it would have felt like work. It's a weird feeling, but it's true. Um, yeah. So anyway, welcome back, everybody.
First of all, I want everyone to super chat their thoughts of the images. I'd love to know some almost like keyword thoughts. I'd love to get a sense of what people are feeling. We're going to look at them all today. We're going to diagnose them all. If you want to interrupt with us and say, go look at that picture, we can do that, no problem. Something you saw, etc. But yeah, super chat your thoughts. We want to know the interest because we do this stuff regardless, but we'd like to know how interested people are in Academy because, we want to know. So I start a poll.
I'm gonna read some super chats. Sergeant Montgomery throws in $2.
Thanks so much.
Doctor meets Tilly. Finally, someone older than me. Yeah, that's true. She was around before the doctor was. Oh, and all of the Discovery crew as well. So yes. Ray Ricks, £5. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Ray. While I am optimistic about this, I continue to be stumped by the lack of or random scaling of technology or visual canon, i.e., sets across time. Yeah. Yeah, we've been talking about the sets and the uniforms and the alien species. There's a bunch to talk about with these, and a whole wall of names, which will be fun to look at. So I'm very excited. And we're probably going to get more stuff, make a teaser trailer this weekend from San Diego Comic-Con as well, which if we do, we will be talking about that. I'll probably do a late night live talking about it. And if it's really good, then we might do another one next week. I don't know.
I
We'll see.
mean, probably. Certainly, when the ship is shown, that could be exciting. Doesn't mean it is, but it could be.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right, I'll start showing formally and get some people here to discuss with us. So, what do people think? I don't
All
know.
right. In the meantime, yeah, super chat in. Let us know your thoughts. 40 of you here, which is great. 15 likes. Hit that like button. We will be looking at all the pictures. I don't know how many there are. There's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 12, 13, 14-ish pictures. Um, but yeah, we will be looking at all of them and discussing things. It's kind of exciting. I know it feels. Well, I'll get into this in a minute. But anyway, while you're here, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like the video, super chat in if you're able to. Click the join button down below. Look at your options for joining the channel here on a monthly basis, or head over to Patreon/Trekyards where you can do the same thing. We really appreciate all the help you guys can offer. So if you can do anything of those, please do. Even share the video around. Tell people you don't that might not know about Trekyards. Tell them about us. Have them join us. All those things. There are links down below as well in the description of every video to the Teespring and TeePublic store where you can get yourself some cool Trekyards merch, as well as other merchandise as well. So check those out. Just clicking the link helps us out immensely. So lots of ways to support. But yeah, hit the like button. 38 of you here, 18 likes. Gets those likes up. Should be at 30 by now. Hit the like button. Uh, some websites and social media pages had more than others with these pictures. Yeah. Well, hopefully we have the main bulk of them, and it'll be interesting, like I said, to take a look. Somebody asked earlier what Paul Giamatti is. He's an alien. We don't know what he is yet, so that'll be another discussion in and of itself. I kind of like his look, though. Didn't know what to expect with him being in the show. So So I mean, it's one of those things. There's a few things I'm not a huge fan of in these pictures, but we'll get to that. Don't worry. Sean O'Sullivan, €2. Trek sold again. All new Trek is good Trek. Hashtag POV here. Yeah, Fleet Paw's not here again. But don't be too afraid, Sean. Don't be too afraid. We'll guide you through the darkness. We can alleviate your fear. Don't worry. You don't need a Fleet Paw for that.
It's me. I'm back. Hello.
Hello.
I want to briefly as well. I've been reading the comments on our video, which we rushed out, so that was my extra afternoon. 2 comments by someone who I think just wants attention. Let's give them some attention, because their opinion. But
Who wants attention?
Somebody in the chat. So I'm going to read you out some comment by somebody for the video we just released, and see what your reaction is. I have to say, they didn't quite grammar, so it might not be English. Don't know, but I can't read. I can't judge. I'll read it verbatim. It looks like their own look. Nothing wrong with it. Looks like. So a slight tweak. It looks like their own look. Nothing wrong with it. That's the first comment. Then the second comment. You people really need to get over your hate for Discovery. The show is not on anymore. Hate to tell you people, but the other Star Trek series was not 100% perfect or great as well. And you people, is he being racist? Who are you people? Jesus Christ. No, response to this chap who says we should get over our hate for Discovery. Just get over it.
I don't remember saying anything hateful in the video, but yeah, I mean, and pointing out that not all Trek is perfect. Yeah, that's our motto we've been going with for like 10 years now. Not all Trek is perfect. No Trek is perfect. We point out the good and the bad in all of it. And unfortunately, Discovery made a lot of wrong choices in regards to canon and visuals, and we called them out as we saw fit. We also praised them quite a bit for some scenes and some elements. And say there's hatred for Discovery. Who is this person? What is their name?
Oh, I don't know. Don't recognize the name. I just find hate odd because hate is such an extreme word. I don't hate anything in my life anyway. Just as a blanket, don't really hate anything. I certainly don't hate a TV show, but to get over it, it's like, does that mean in a similar vein should get over shows that inspired your films that inspired you when you were young? We should all get over, Shawshank Redemption because it was impactful, or Singing in the Rain. Just get over it. It was in the past. It doesn't matter because you love it too much. It's like, well, no. And it's important to criticize because without feedback, it's important to get a back and forth with people. Feedback is important because things aren't made in a vacuum, and sometimes you think something was going to work well, and it doesn't work well, and it's good to know that because you want things to be enjoyed going forward. Yeah, so I just want to point that out because that was their takeaway from our video that we hated Discovery.
Well, they didn't watch it. Obviously, they watched like part of it, and confirmation bias. They only heard what they wanted to hear. So
yeah, I just wanted to yeah.
But Ray Ricks throws in another £2.
Right.
Get over Discovery. Never.
Wow. Yeah, it's like The Last Jedi. If they were a Star Wars fans, so just get over The Last Jedi. Just get over it. Get over it. It's like, well, okay. I mean, did damage though. And...
yeah.
Okay.
Royston S. Bailey, not sure the creators are interested in your feedback, unfortunately. Not true. You'd be surprised who messages us that's worked on the show and said things. So yeah, they do care and they do watch and they do, but the people that are actually like Alex Kurtzman and stuff that are calling the shots, they don't care. Those are the ones you're talking about, and I get it.
Yeah, I won't even go that general. I think there's such a broad spectrum for that. But a lot of the time, people can't make changes that they know fans are going to like because it's not the directive. And they even know, it's like, well, we wouldn't have done that, but we weren't paying or ran out of money or, So, but also doesn't mean it's not incorrect, right? Like the worst thing is just to hand wave something and say, well, they're out of money. It's like, well, they did, but that's not an excuse. It's a reason, but our job is, part of why you all found us was originally because we have deep and breakdown content. Well, that only comes from really caring about the subject matter and analyzing it fairly and to the point, because otherwise anyone can read Memory Alpha, right?
Mhm. Mark Lawrence, $20.
Oh,
Arrgh, I'm late. Here's a little extra for my tardiness.
I like how you think.
You haven't missed anything. We haven't really started talking about it yet.
All
All right.
I want to people
Which
think
picture
first.
are we going to start on?
Well, first of all, the generality of what you thought about the images. Now I had a little bit, because we were very literally were processing as we were talking. It was very well. How do you feel now, having an hour or 2 or 3 to bring it
I've
together?
already said I'm excited to talk about it
sure.
because it's something new and it's got so much potential ahead of it.
Mm,
So I'm excited, and we'll see how it is once we get into it. It does looks like it's maintaining a lot. Some people have said this in the chat too, that it's maintaining a lot of its own like context to Discovery visually,
mhm.
and I said that as well. There's no problem with that. I mean, as long as they're giving us good stories and things that make sense, I'm on board.
I like sense.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, I mean, as Sam pointed out as well, I mean, a lot of the sets look like they could just literally film a Strange New World scene on it, and nobody would think twice because it kind of fits with that aesthetic as well. And this is 900 years in the future now, so I wish there was a few things a little bit different. But I mean, they're not showing us everything clearly, and yeah, I mean, I've sat with it now for a little while,
Thanks,
and
Patrick.
I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, it's we've said this certainly the first season of Discovery. If you go for the reinvent the wheel art design, then when you then and make it super futuristic, if you then do more things after that, it looks the same. And so when they already had real-time holograms in Discovery Season 1 and then had them again in the 32nd century, there's zero payoff to that. Whereas all of TOS, the movies, TNG, DS9, Voyager, there was a natural evolution, so you could progress forwards. So the fact that they went so future with Stranger Worlds, which looks lovely, the fact the sets look almost identical. Now, first, they might be the same art designer, in which case that's their style, and the same carpet is the same from the same place, right? Fair enough. But it should be the absolute strategic, like there's no good that will come from making a show set in the 2240s and a show set in the 3160s to look the same. It's a really bad thing to think about. But then they have to reset your style again and again. And considering we had some sets from season 5 and they were not feeling like, they didn't feel that way. I'm intrigued they went that route. Now maybe they're in holodeck rooms and they just use that aesthetic, but it's a hell of a leap. I don't think they're going to build standing sets to look that way. So it's definitely a problem they put themselves in by going hyperfuture. Because how do you go hyperfuture more than hyperfuture? And turns out you can't, because this would be the show where they now have a full budget, a full team. Everything is, it's not just a part of Discovery, it's a full team, and everything we've seen, it looks like either a step back from Stranger Worlds, because that's got a bit more character, or the same, and that's an absolute failure of art design if that's the case.
Yeah, the biggest one that sticks out to me is Jet Reno's uniform, which is asymmetrical at the bottom, very similar to Discovery Season 1, but Jet Reno.
Discovery
She's stuck
Season
in,
1?
yeah, with the asymmetry on the uniforms.
The blue is asymmetry?
Yeah, the collar, like.
Well, that was the Season 2 Stranger Worlds, because the feature uniforms
but I
had
mean
the
the
bottom.
Yeah, the bottom of the uniforms when they went to like the gray McDonald's outfits that everybody said.
Oh, sure. Well, yeah, the
It's got
future
that.
uniforms, not the
It's
Season
got
1 uniforms. Yeah, the Season 1 uniforms would.
yeah, but asymmetry has been a thing since Season 1 for the uniforms, is what I'm saying.
Sorry, I thought in the
and
bottom.
I just please fucking stop it. It doesn't look good. It never will.
I never forgive them for
stop
the
using it.
Symmetry. Yes.
Yes.
We knew where you were.
Go vote on the poll, guys. 57 votes. What did you think of these images? Looked awesome. Looked okay. Mid. Really excited to see what there is. Nope. Not for me. Don't want. Go vote.
And I wasn't going to put in a nope not, but I realized, you know what? There are some people who say no. I nope this. I want to be fair.
Sussy Guru 2000, €5. I'm already put off by the guy standing on a chair yelling. Well, he's just trying to get everybody's attention. Like, hey, listen, it's fine. Why are you put off by that? It's a one of the cadets, or
Yeah, because
it's
we're
fine.
thing is we are not going to be reactionary against stuff like that because we have no context, and there can be a way it succeeds. Whereas art design and we love the tech, the lore, the canon. So if that's objectively wrong, that we can say because it should not look like 900 years ago. It should not. It would not. It will not. That's a fundamental fact.
Yeah.
But things like character stuff, I'm not. I'm not going to lie. Another thing that someone's reactionary was in another comment I read. They said, "What the hell's happening? I thought Tilly was one of the main characters. Where is she?" And my reaction was, calm down. She's not in these pictures.
Yep.
Don't overthink that. The fact that she's not in it, it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right. Well, which picture do you want to start on?
Gosh, that is the question.
Because I want to get the ball rolling. You want me to throw one in?
Sure. Yeah, I can't access the thing in this mode.
Oh, well, this is the first one I'd like to talk about.
Oh shit! Yeah.
We got a Jem'Hadar by the looks of it, which I would not expect necessarily, but I also wouldn't not expect it. Um, it's just interesting to see a Jem'Hadar back after the Dominion War and being a member of Starfleet in Starfleet. It's cool. I mean, that's showing progression anymore. Many questions with this, but honestly, the look looks good. They don't look like a alpha or a beta or whatever they were. Alpha and omegas. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, the delta, the gamma quadrant or whatever. But yeah, good way to start out by showing us a Jem'Hadar. We also see a Klingon hybrid, probably. And it's interesting because they didn't at all show us what was going on with the Klingons in the 32nd century in Discovery. So that's good to see. Hopefully it is in fact a Klingon. It definitely looks like one. We'll get an interesting story there. So yeah,
Or not because Klingons are normal, and only for the meta
yeah,
narrative we've got a problem, right?
yeah,
I think in a similar vein, like I said earlier, like we are very fair to all these things, and often if there's an in-universe reason, that's the most important thing. One of the other comments we had was saying, female Jem'Hadar, that's not a thing, this is dumb. And I thought, this is so many years in the future, right? This is why this show has a unique flexibility, where they can kind of do whatever they want as long as there's either a reason or logic and thought put in. That's not always going to be the case, but if the Jem'Hadar were soldiers of the Dominion and the Dominion fell, let's say in the 2600s due to something, and there's 6.3 billion Jem'Hadar wandering around without a purpose, I can imagine that everyone else, well, not everyone else, but like Starfleet would say, let's try and find a way to help them cure them, and then removing their white addiction, cool these cloned whatever body people, and then like the new leader 50 years later of the Jem'Hadar, Elrek Sin, he walked up to Federation and said, we want to be better, we want to have a real society, we aren't just warriors, help us make a female. They make a female, and now 400 years later they are now genetically evolved. Like that's a really interesting story. So why judge the fact that female Gemini? This is not DS9. This is not pre-DS9. Those things you can judge harshly. This is a hybrid Jem'Hadar person or a female Jem'Hadar person or an augment or something interesting, and she looks good. The fact that we both said Jem'Hadar instantly says success while not being full, because it's obviously both a woman but also probably diluted by 120 many years. And it's really symbolic if there's a full-on Jem'Hadar in Starfleet.
Exactly. That's what I was going for. Yeah.
So
people are pointing out it's a woman, but I mean, it's a woman. That's fine.
They might want to have babies because
Yeah.
like it's not. There were no females 500 years ago. 500 years before DS9, we didn't have warp drive. So yeah, this shows like a lot of leeway, and I really do not want people to criticize that because they can do this. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, it's good that they're showing that, and I really do appreciate the fact that I hope we learn about the characters quite a bit. Like this could be one that's this. I was thinking about this after the fact when we first saw these pictures. This could be one that you just see in the lineup of like different officers, and that's it. You don't really. She's not a main character. You don't hear anything about her. You just see a Jem'Hadar. Because a lot of times when they release pictures like that, they will do that, throw something in to make you speculate, and it's just it's a one-off character that was in the background or something. Um, but yeah, it'll be, if they do go into the story of the Jem'Hadar, it'll be interesting to hear that. Like we got 900 years of history to learn about, and that's exciting because it's not only a new show, it's a new history for all of the cultures that we know and love. So yeah, I'm eager to find this out for sure.
And they probably thought, hey, we put all this money into this makeup, you know, let's include them, and that's
Hmm.
awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
now if there's no reason given, okay, because we can make our own stories within
Hmm.
that. But this is not a bad thing. And also, I mean, a custom, okay, hard to judge slightly, but a custom uniform looks like, beyond just the fact that we've not seen it before, but it's decorated more. So I would personally guess maybe even instructor. I mean, boy, if this lady was one of the like the tactical instructors, you know, like a
Yeah.
female Dominion Shax, because she does look stern, and you would hire
Yes.
someone stern to play Jem'Hadar. In fairness, so if she's one of the tactical, and she's in red, so if you hire, to be a tactical instructor, and this lady is like, one of the bruisers, style of combat because they're quite big and strong, and then you have other people who are more nimble, etc. That'd be certainly fun, and then obviously you get to play with speciesism. My 15th great granddad was assassinated by your race. It's like, having a true melting
Hmm.
pot of races does give that. I mean, TOS had it, etc. No,
Hmm.
it's a fine looking uniform. Um, it looks a little bit like something about these high res press images. The way the color of the jacket looks a little bit costumey.
Yeah.
Like you compared like a TNG still, like the uniform is very nicely crisp. This is crisp, but it feels more like a costume, just a bit.
Yeah. Okay. 96 people here, 38 likes. Hit the like button, guys. Make sure you're all subscribed. We're going to be covering not only Strange New Worlds, but this show, obviously, when it comes out. Looking forward to Starfleet Academy, see how good it is.
Perhaps former captain.
And we
I
want you to
like
be here
that.
for it. Yeah. Um, but yeah, anyway, what's the next picture you'd like to
And a
discuss,
person I
sir?
can't read the name of says more DI actors. I mean, it's a black lady. She could have been great in the in the read. You can hire any nationality. It's fine.
Yeah,
Why would that
I
be
don't
a thing?
understand those comments.
Yeah, like her was best for the role, and she fits. If she, like I say, assuming she's a slightly grumpy Jem'Hadar, yep. Sorry to the lady, but she has a certain grumpy Jem'Hadar look, which I buy. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
silly
Hmm.
comment, guys. Silly comment. Gosh, where next? It'd be interesting to go back on these after some discussion and see if we feel any different. Oh gosh, where'd my
Let's move
tab
that one
go?
out.
Yeah, gotta go different. Okay, let's talk about. Oh, let's go the opposite almost. Different lady. Now, she doesn't necessarily look as young as a student, but she also does. Aliens are kind of hard to read. I'm wondering if she's an officer or is she a student.
I think she's a student. She definitely looks young.
But there's young and there's young, young.
Yeah, but
Uh,
she looks young. She looks like a student. Uh,
because these are
yeah,
obviously
I mean,
students and their uniforms have. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Just checking. Yep. So new alien race, I'm guessing, and classic Trek trend. Little bit of alien, little bit of makeup. Alien. You know what? She has a slightly unusual look. I like it. Really shows
mhm.
off the com badge, which is
Yeah, the comm badges are interesting. They've got like the delta back with the circle, and they
really
got like what
suiting.
looks like feathers coming off the bottom of it, but it could be specific for the Starfleet Academy
Oh yeah,
individuals.
my issue, quote unquote, is that all I read when I see it is the Terran Empire from DS9, like that. Oh come on, yeah. That extended kind of
I'll do
vibe.
it. I know what you're trying to
Yeah, it's
do,
just
I think.
stretching it. Stupid. Uniform. I mean, the problem with these uniforms, I liked the grey in season 3, so I appreciate some of the greys. So the grey's a nice grey, and I like the fabric for this. This was better for the color, and the contrast between the color and the grey, that looks great. So I'm happy with that. But you would not think this was a Star Trek uniform if you're in a lineup. It looks like Ender's Game or Edge of like a very main generic sci-fi. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. So I'm torn. That said, another shot you can see of a delta on their side, which looks absolutely horrendous. So it's a weird one. I think it it's smart, it's neat, doesn't quite fit for me perfectly, but I think she's looks good in it. And yeah, there's the badge. Goodness. Huh.
Yeah, I love that they got away from the oval badge from Discovery. Never was a fan of that. It just didn't feel very Starfleet. These do, and I really appreciate that. I don't know if all of the officers are going to have them, or if it's just the people at Starfleet Academy. But it's an interesting addition to have like those look like wings or feathers or something coming out the bottom, and to have the red in it. I think it looks really good. It really pops on the gray.
And a brand new alien
Um,
race, so a whole new thing. They can invent all new styles, all new things. You know, new com badge, new uniform, new pad, all new stuff. I appreciate. And that's a comfy looking chair thing. You know, kind of a sofa thing.
yeah.
Now, do you think this might? No, you're gonna jump in.
Yeah. Roston Espali throws in 6 something. Not sure.
We love a something.
Gemma Gemmadar. Yeah, Gemmadar. That's her name.
Gemma Dar. Yeah.
Richard Law, 5 pounds.
Thank you, Richard.
Interesting question this character raises. Is the Dominion still around, and is it part of the Federation now? Yeah, those are very good questions, and hopefully we'll get the answers to them. We know that they've probably have access to all 4 quadrants now of the galaxy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see who's on board and what the story is. So, yeah.
I would not like I think I'd be disappointed if, I mean, especially not after the burn, right? You know, the Federation shrunk, so there's no reason to think the Dominion stayed in the Federation post-burn. So that wouldn't make sense. I wouldn't see them re-entering. They're such a solitary, unique thing. Now, I'd be fine for them to be an absolute diplomatic union. You know, that's great. And you know, we should have a galaxy of peace. We've now got unlimited lithium. In theory, they can spore drive if they really want to. Blah blah blah. They got transwarp, slipstream. You know, this should be back. Honestly, this show should represent the next golden age, because the danger, you know, and you can imagine people, because boys, this is going back a bit, right? We're back in Discovery's mindset. You know, everyone got separated. The Orions had some real power, but now Starfleet can build ships absolutely fine. They've got Earth again. They've got all these protectorate planets. If they go out and help again with ultra fast warp and transwarp slipstream, they can bring such hope to the universe or the galaxy again, as they once did. And you can imagine after, you know, 100 years of not, it would feel like a real burden has been pulled off the galaxy. The fact that, you know, because as we saw, Vance was a really great guy and really wanted to help, as was President Torina. Like, these are good people trying to do good things. So you'd like to think they'd go out with the strong ideals. And this show, hopefully will be positive ideals, positive vibes, reflecting the next golden age. And the villain, which we'll get into in a bit, not quite yet, but in a bit, will be small and personal and not like a giant threat.
Yeah.
I want to be the really small show, really character-based, which in fairness, there's not that many teen dramas that have a giant terrorist plot or a giant explosion, right? They tend to be a little bit... So, you know what I mean? Gossip Girl doesn't really have a lot of car chases and shootouts. So thematically, it won't necessarily work that way. But that's also don't necessarily want that drama. But do you know what I mean? Like, hopefully it's a small thing.
Yeah.
Like, him just stealing something from the Academy could be enough, right? Stealing some secret plans. That's right, which is good. I hopefully. If not, go
maybe
he's got
maybe he's got control over somebody that's in Starfleet Academy and is trying to get information from the inside.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things you could do with that and not have a galaxy-wide threat. So yes, I totally am on board with that.
Yeah, a lovely twist. You know, one of the people in the Academy is a spy. Easy, simple. But Mark Lawrence, who we love, says, he's snacking on my last bag of Walker's cheese and onion crisps from my trip. Felt fitting at this moment. Oh, how many did you bring? That is our most basic classic. Although you have aren't your Lay's cheese and onion the same? Because I
I don't
guess.
think we have a cheese and onion. We got sour cream and onion.
Oh.
We got cheese flavored.
Oh. You need the onion. And I guess we also have different preservatives and stuff, so it's a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I like her look. Many rings, if that says anything. This was what I was gonna say earlier. Is the com badge, do you think, Red Squad?
Oh God, maybe.
Because it is
I never considered
fancy. And not the redness, that's irrelevant to the point, but like the fanciness.
that. Yeah. That's a good question, and that'll take more investigation for sure because I don't necessarily think that's the case because Jet Reno has one that's similar, but they could all
Right.
be part of an elite squad, maybe.
Because
Sure.
it does not feel to me what I'd associate a badge of this era being. Though I know they made a new badge for Discovery, and I'm going to go back and look what it was because we sort of liked it. And of course, we did a whole video about it. Yeah, although these guys are not beholden to those things as you know, they want to reinvent the wheel because they get paid to and it's fun and they get to leave their mark. Fair enough, but you know. Okay, so that badge, well, that was that was when Burnham was old. Okay, so we are still pre-Burnham. Okay, so that's oh god, jeez. So that was a super future com badge. So we can't take that as gospel. So in theory, they've got to evolve that into this. Oh god, that's complicated.
It's fine. It's fine. All right.
I like the badge, but not for what it's trying to, unless it's something specific. So hopefully we'll get some standard because it loses all the elegantness. Because the fact that you can't read a delta tells you it's not a good badge, right? The delta should be the most important thing.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely lost unless it's Red Squad. Then it's the fanciness of being special. Or is the point of it's lost?
Thing that I don't like is, and I pointed this out in another live, is that the Delta still has the swoosh, which the swoosh is no problem, but with the way it's colored, it still represents the split in the Delta that was part of Discovery. That bugs me still, because you see it on the floor, you see it on the podium, like there's a definite like line, and yeah, that's what I was talking about when I feels like a holdover from Discovery, and they don't need to do that anymore. So that's a small thing, but
Well, especially this is a delta from hundreds of years in the future. It wouldn't make sense to.
Royston Bailey says rings and piercings usually aren't allowed in the military. Who cares? It's not the military, it's Starfleet, and yeah, she's got rings on. I don't give a shit. Who cares? I don't know why that's a sticky point with people. It's fine.
And Brandon has a comment about the Gem Hadar. Well, I'll go back to that in a bit, so keep that in mind as a thing. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I get bitched at for Nim all the time that she has piercings, like that she can't remove.
Who cares?
But still, like, she
It's the
can't remove
future.
them. It's like, what do you want me to do? She literally can't remove them. So okay, end of discussion. And while I wouldn't, pick earrings and such, I'm sure Discovery had earrings for women at some point. I feel like they must have.
Hey, you know what? Uhura wore fucking earrings on the bridge, so let's get over the whole no jewelry bullshit right away, right off the hop. Who cares? Anyway.
And someone's complaining that not there's one image analysis, one story analysis. There is no story reveals, so
we will get to those when we have them available to us.
Yeah, can't analyze a non-existent story yet because it hasn't been told, but we can deduce things from visuals because we look at things.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, it's the future. I mean, maybe she's culturally, and then again, they're not military, and it's the super future. I mean, it does make it feel far more modern day, which is a problem because it shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wish they'll do one show at some point that's just faithfully a TNG or Voyager show, adhering to all the rules, regulations, costumes. Like just give us one classic of the era we know and love, and then one of your odd future where, in fairness, things can be different. I could like both because it is odd to see rings and because it looks like it like if you photoshopped out the Delta, which you can barely see, you would not say it's a Star Trek still. You would not have said that, right? It's the new Tom Cruise sci-fi film, right? And part of that is
Yeah.
the extra stuff and the eye makeup and stuff. But that's super future, right? Tricky.
Dave asks, is that DS9 in the background?
No. Probably not.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, it kind of does. That's why I said it.
I'd say it's more like the Starbase. Because the inner rings are slightly too thin and there's too many pylons.
It has a hell of a shout, though, if they're doing a course on DS9. That'd be nice. I mean, there better be cameos from all the other people doing voices, you know. There better be that. We're hoping and praying, you know.
Richard Lal, £5. In your video earlier, you were talking about Strange New Worlds doors on the sets. Could the sets be on the Mirror Enterprise from Disco Season 5? Ooh, possibly. Let's go to that picture next. Sure. Yeah, very clearly Strange New Worlds-esque doors there. The bridge, yeah, the bridge looks very similar to Strange New Worlds, the railings and whatnot. So, I mean, maybe they'll bring that ship into it in some way. We kind of talked about that when we first saw the ship, that it might be part of Starfleet Academy.
Okay, so I did obviously in the video I did compare, and it's not identical, but it is super close. Clearly inspired by. I've as you can imagine, I'm doing some Strange World bridge work because I'm using that in a film, and the geometry is not the same. As in, they've done a lot to change it here. If they did this, they'd actually have to severely change the Strange Worlds bridge, and they were filming that around the same time. I would need it. That's a lot of work. They would not address it this thoroughly. We're actually changing walls and changing like that entire doorway is entirely different, and that's a lot to change. And
well, this one's being filmed. No, this one is also being filmed in Toronto. Yeah.
And they absolutely could use that set for an episode, 100%. But if this is, and then one of the reports said this is the main character, this actress who I don't know, on a ship,
Holly Hunter.
Yeah. So this is the ship. Not impressed, but not impressed. But yeah, I mean,
people are saying a Strange New Worlds era Kobayashi Maru on a holodeck or something.
And that's the caveat, because they could holodeck anything and everything, and that is a good thing. But then they would just use the Strange New Worlds bridge, because they're not going to build they are not going to build a whole new test bridge, and then throw it away because they're actually using another thing. Plus, this door exists on other sets, so it's tricky. It's really tricky because it's a Strange New Worlds set. Like if this literally was the USS. Oh god, what's a ship from Discovery we just saw?
That we just saw.
Yeah, in episode 2. They married Curie, they name one. There's like one. Like if this had been any of the ships in the fleet, we'd be like, oh yeah, that's Discovery. That's a Strange Worlds era bridge. Okay, there's not enough L-cars on the wall, but like we wouldn't even blink. It looks that similar.
Speaking of, there's 101 people here, 108 now, so that's awesome. Say hello, everybody. Introduce yourselves.
Hello!
And make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Click the notification bell icon. We will be breaking the show down when it comes out, and also Strange New Worlds, of course. So if you're not subscribed, please do so, and also hit the like button. We have 52 likes. That's less than half of the people here, so hit the like button.
Yes.
Show a little bit of love and support. We'd appreciate it. And super chat in with your thoughts, comments, and questions.
It helps us go, especially in months where we are having a harder time going. So if you can, please do. 99 votes. Love to get 110. Should be easy. Vote in the poll right now, and we'll do a new one as well. Hi, Maple Wonder. And also, guys, just in the chat right now, who's watching this as the internet as their internet's first reaction to this content? Have we got there first as a live video?
Maybe.
If it's your first internet reaction to this that you've watched, don't know. And also, Engraved says, I have a feeling this is going to be bad, to be honest. Thing is, Prodigy also looked weird, wonky, and strange. And it's some of the best Trek in the last 20 years. So,
yeah.
Right? Like, we would never judge in that way until we see it. And then we can judge.
Yeah. Also vote in the poll, guys. 101 votes, which is great, but
Dave's first time seeing the images. Yeah, Phil's first reaction. What do you think of the set itself and the bridge captain's chair? And because she's a captain, this is her chair.
it just feels It just feels like the wrong era. I'm not a fan of the base of the chair, with the way that's presented. Not the part with her feet on, but the part holding up the chair, the little rods. But yeah, it feels too 1960s retro-y, like Strange New Worlds. It doesn't have a futuristic look really, which is throwing me off. But again, as we've said, it could be a holodeck, it could be anything that's represented here. So
I mean, this doesn't look a very expensive set. From this, I mean, compared to the Strange World set, which looks expensive, this does not look expensive. So it might be like, and in fairness, if they do build like what they did for like relics, if they build like just one side of the bridge and have multiple ships versus one big bridge set, then they could have multiple. This could just be all that exists with one more wall, right? And that's why it looks cheaper, because it's not as elaborate. Yeah, I'm the problem with the game with the future Discovery established is they set themselves an impossible goal, which was replicatable matter, where when they modified Discovery, they used controls with things that flew in the air, and they abandoned it instantly because it's too expensive. Instantly. In a similar vein, Booker's ship, there's no connective tissue between the chairs and the floor because they float. So if they were truly in this era, if they were actually Gene Roddenberry style committed, that chair would float and you'd see nothing below it. And that would feel the future. It would be weird and necessary, but it'd be future. Like, this feels too much like Stranger Worlds to feel future, because it's not adhering to the rules they set up. And things like the Rim of Red look super Stranger Worlds as well. It's very odd. Like, there should be replicable matter everywhere. And not them saying I love that idea, but they set that up. That is the standard tech of the time. So that yellow guy should be looking at a console with things floating and effects, and it's very expensive and unnecessary. And those aren't my rules are set up, that's them. So I kind of like the fact they're just beams. It looks quite strong because they look so flimsy. The reverse, if it works, it must be strong.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll make an argument they're replicable matter, like spines, fine. But I prefer she was just floating. Harder to do, but like that would be more in keeping. And why is she so on such a plinth? Like
Trek. What?
Why is she on such a plinth? Like, no Trek, like even the TOS Connie, like there are people. There's a lower level to the bridge where people sit that Kirk can see over. He's on the middle, which is in line with the edges. She's on a raised platform, so she feels like it's her castle. That's not like there's no Trek that does. I mean, Cisco.
No, we don't have any other context. This might not be a bridge. This might be a lecture hall, and she's just sitting at the front of the room. Who knows?
Sure. Yes.
I mean, somebody asked me to zoom in on the badge. Her badge is different than the cadet's badge, somewhat.
Okay.
It's hard to get a clear image from that zoom in.
Yeah.
But
good. I mean, good zoom in. Yeah, it's definitely like a standard issue looking one, far more clean and straightforward. That I prefer. And the gold delta. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm potentially assuming that the wings could be added because of an alien race that's helping them or something. Like, that represents New Federation. Delta's so old school, wings represent pushing forward. I guess.
Yeah. There you go. There is the zoomed in one. All right, put those away over there for now.
Maple, why have doors when they can instant transport everywhere? Because it uses lots of power, and you need to not be silly with power,
And we don't want to be like Wally and everybody sitting in chairs being lazy all the time. So, yeah. Indeed.
I don't think Kobayashi Maru makes sense, though.
The what doesn't make sense?
Kobayashi Maru. I know why it's being said, but that doesn't make sense to me. That's too on the nose.
We'll see.
Like for this scene.
The interesting thing to me is her boots. They're very reminiscent of the Strange New Worlds boots, which were styled to be more like the original series.
Yes, they are.
Something about these look a little odd compared to what we've seen in Discovery, although the metal aspect on them is not Strange New Worldsy.
There is some metal on the shoes. Like a little bit, yeah. Which I always thought was a little bit odd.
Yeah, when I was at the Chicago
Yeah.
Star Trek convention. They had the boots for sale for like $600 or whatever.
Mhm.
Quite a
Ballsy.
unique and definitive look. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
But let's be honest, if she appeared on Strange New Worlds on this bridge, you'd be like, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is not a good thing. You know, Trek has a very distinct visual language, like evolving, and this does not have that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's
Yeah.
move on to another picture. Do you have one you'd like to bring in, or?
Absolutely. Let's find one. Oh yeah, let's go for this. This represents
Yeah,
this.
that's the one I was going to pull in.
So I'm all different minds about this. A, nice shot in general, good composition. I actually don't mind the plinths with the delta, and that I think feels appropriate. It's a bit silly, but I actually don't mind because it, yeah, symbolizes more than just a plinth. We know they've said the biggest set ever made for Trek, and I'd buy this being real. Cool. This is a nice courtyard. Great. Cool. My issue, and I know it's going to be a new building, as in because it's a brand new thing they're doing, right? This is fine. But it all has such a Strange New Worlds, brand new, glossy, clean sheen that is so specific to that design. With a bright red, I love a red for Trek, but it's so that it has no, like, it feels more like a, oh, you know what it feels like? It feels like they've made a theme park attraction. It has to be a bit big to connect people and shiny because they just built it a week ago, and look futuristic and flashy. It has that sort of theme park inside a museum vibe, which it really shouldn't do. While it's still nice, it doesn't connect the way I think they think it should. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there. It does feel very Strange New Worldsy, and that's like you could literally see Pike giving an address to a bunch of people at that podium.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they write these sets into season 5 and redress them a bit.
Maybe,
But I
maybe.
mean, why the hell wouldn't you? They look about right.
It,
I mean, honestly.
the thing that bothers me in this picture is that, in fact, the deltas, all of them have that split down the middle still, which I talked about earlier, which is still a carryover from the Discovery split in the delta, and they just need to stop that because
It's another show
it
that's
it
doing
it
it. So.
visually says Discovery to me, and it's a small thing, but it just bugs me.
Small thing mounts up though.
Yeah. I'm sure this is a nice big courtyard that you can look down from the second level there, and it's got some cherry trees there with the cherry blossoms on them. Looks really beautiful, but
it just doesn't feel like it has a soul. That's a
yeah, it's a
very
good way to put it.
dramatic thing to say, but that's why I said in the other video. This show doesn't have, to me, and while I'm no expert, I do talk about Trek every single week several times. I also make my own Trek all the time, so I'd like to think you'll trust my experience a little bit. And I don't feel like this has a visual identity in the same way that other things have. Discovery certainly did. Better or worse, it had one. Stranger Worlds, it was a fresh, modernized TOS. It has its own identity. Picard, yeah, dark, but identity. This to me does not. And I'm now obviously the winning, right? Winning the war with the fans is tricky. What do fans want until you show them? And I do agree that for an Academy show, you want to be bright and clean and vibrant. So
don't mind me. I'm just zooming in.
Yeah. So yes, I understand that. So I would have been sad for Gritty. And Too Far from Trek as well are a problem, but this for me has not hit when it could have.
Yeah. I just zoomed in on the monitors up top. They were saying they're seeing starships. There's no starships there.
Something destruction maybe at the top right. Intimio destruction demolition. The other one's slightly clearer.
Let me zoom in even more.
No, the one on the left's clearer slightly. Something zoo. No. And what do you guys think? Let us. Oh, I've lost chat. Let me know. Is it fair to say it's got no identity of its own? Because there's a lot of pictures here. I thoroughly commend them for such a broad look. Absolutely well done. It gives us a really nice feel. And yet, right? But what do you think about the actual?
No, I agree.
Oh.
Yeah, I personally agree with you that there's no unique identity to it, because I'm seeing elements from different things like Stranger Worlds, Discovery. Um, yeah, I wanted something new and different and shinier, I guess, but not shinier because this is too shiny. It's one of those weird situations.
Shiny, not glossy. Shiny, not glossy.
Yeah.
And two things. Anton Smith, curious. Looks like a debate in progress. I would love that. Guest speak to have
Yeah,
debates.
that's exactly what it looks like.
That'd be absolutely awesome. Hypno says he agrees as well. Liam says it should visually look like Discovery because it's set in the Discoverse. Not technically, but I know what you mean. And it does scream Discovery Season 6. This would definitely be, which it kind of is if you're bringing over Tilly. I'm assuming we're going to see Stamets and Saru at some point. I would be shocked if we didn't. Either season. I mean, they're fan favorites for a reason. And if you want to have, a gay storyline, bring Cole back, right? Do something with that. And the joke about, even like a Roshicum, right? The joke about bringing in what they now are legacy characters is that if they're on the season payroll, even if they get 4 lines an episode, they're getting paid the same, right? If you bring them as a guest star for 1 episode, you're paying a lot more for their time, and you bring them for a reason to play a part. So normally give them more to do. That's why when Marina Sirtis appears in Voyager, she MVPs episodes because she is like a highlight, a focus, right? She's doing so because she's being paid so much to be there for 1 episode. So if they appear, they should get a lot to do. So I want to see a bright.
So I know I zoomed in and enhanced Betazoid destruction.
Oh no, bastards!
Yeah, Betazoid destruction. That's what it looks like. But so there you go. You spoiled it.
You did a Blade Runner. You zoomed in enhanced.
Yes.
Stop killing planets.
Good to see Admiral Vance, though. I'm gonna like seeing him back because I do love his character. So, all right.
And Dark Thunder says, question: why is Vance still wearing the Discovery style uniform, but all the characters have got new uniforms, including legacy characters like Reno? What's with the constant wardrobe updates in Starfleet? Well, that is the commander of Starfleet uniform, so there's no reason that would change. He's had the same role for the entire time. So whereas Jet Reno, she keeps changing her role. So, and these are new students with new things. It's also a new class of a new academy year. So he should be in the same uniform. That's actually great, and he just suits it, so that's fine. And they always want to change stuff because they want to earn money from licensing and from selling toys and from. In fact, if you were hired as a costume designer of a Star Trek show, wouldn't you want to have a uniform design to say you design a Star Trek uniform? Yes, you would. Even if it doesn't make sense to. Yeah.
Microwave Fish said could be delegation. It could say Betazoid delegation. Sure. Yeah, maybe.
That guy could be a Beta Z. That'd be cool.
Let's get to another picture.
Hold on. What's actually happening in the story? We're talking about the visuals, but it's a very distinct. There's a lot in this one. First of all, you got the logo, which is the comm badge with the feathers, kind of. So that's the bottom, Millennium Falcon style. You got people on the left who are wearing alien jumpsuit things. People on the right wearing a black uniform, which is not standard looking, and then Academy cadets at the back left. So, is this a meeting of 2 sides of the Academy, and only if some Academy cadets at the back, or is everyone on the right? People in Starfleet, but they look like, I guess maybe the security officers from season 3, because that is a dark look for those guys. What do you think?
That's a good question.
I can imagine the Academy might like house meetings.
See, the ones on the right look more like militia of some kind.
Yeah, exactly. They're oddly serious feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but everyone on the left is like holding their arms on the chairs.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's a small note, but they're giving off that energy.
One guy's got no socks on, and I hate the color of the boots, but I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, it looks like the only real Starfleet officers or cadets are the ones in gray back there. The others look like older, more important individuals.
Yeah, well, there's a guy at the back, the furthest right that looks notably older than the cadet. I mean, some
Yeah.
don't, but yeah, like I said, it'd be fine if they are hosting debates and alien races warp in and be part of it, and the cadets watch. Right, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Uh-huh.
We'd add some variety. Dress uniform is a terrible looking dress uniform, but I think there was one in Discovery wasn't there that was dark. I think it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the well, Saru's wearing a sash one, which is quite. Are they wearing a? Is there a black line on the uniforms down? But I think that's Saru's native garb outfit, not. And they're not security.
Yeah.
Security of a grey variant.
Personally, I can't glean much from this image myself. I just.
No. All right.
Are the dark uniforms newly arrived Earth defense people? That makes sense, honestly, because it does kind of give the Earth defense vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. This could be a talk like to get Earth back in the Federation because it's not right now. Yeah.
Which would be a big theme. I mean, if that's a whole season arc,
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where do you want to go next?
Well, let's go with. Yeah.
Yes. I have a lot of positives to this one.
Klingon character. Yeah, good Klingon look. Very smoothed out ridges. Again, he's got some eyebrow piercings, but it absolutely suits his character. Doesn't appear to be a Starfleet officer. He's not wearing a Delta. I do like the uniform. I like the stripes down it. I think it looks the dark blue and the light blue look really good on the gray. Continuing all the way down on the leg. I think that's really cool look. Yeah, even purple woven in his hair there. It's a good look.
Yeah, I mean they tested the water with Stranger Worlds Klingons, and I think everyone liked them because they're just Klingons. Klingons with some more variety, like he's just got a beard. Standard off the shelf. That's why he happened to have beard, and I'm fine. Yeah, the ridges look on point. He can fully act with it. He looks like a Klingon. He's not quite as built as a Klingon could be. You know what I mean? He's a bit more tall and thin, like a bit more. But he's in blue. So if one of your lead characters is a Klingon doctor, that's a nice role reversal. You wouldn't want to expect that. So I'm all for that. Or even like the main silent character is a Klingon. That would be crazy. All for it.
Richard Lau, 5 pounds. Could be a civil war on Beta Z. Those wanting to rejoin the Federation and those that don't. Could be the two different delegations of that. Sure.
Yeah, lots of potential. Now, also, I will say the comm badge is above that pocket, so it would be hidden by his hair. Yeah, as in like it is on the other uniforms, so it could be hidden. I don't know if you want to zoom in and check. I'm assuming there is one there because it's really high.
If you zoom in really close, you can see there might be something behind there, but it's really too hard to make out.
It's a really high badge. Jesus, why is the pocket there? No, I think the fact that if there's a delta on the side, really obnoxious to me. But this view, with it just being a single inner stripe, but on one side only. God. Both sides, single front stripe. That would work for me, but not as a double, not as a off.
Yeah, I kind of like the look of the uniform first.
I do, but like I said, it's a delta, which looks terrible, and it's I
don't think it's a delta.
Wait for that view because you can.
Okay.
Looks like it is. So this also the shot that I compared the room to. That is a Strange New World set, right? everything about that Strange Worlds, all the curves, all the lighting colors, the blues, the oranges, all the
Yeah.
ways that the sets are designed is identical to Strange Worlds. There's nothing about this that says Super Future. Because what we saw in season 5 was a lot of white and white lights. It was very clean and futuristic film. This is incredible. Like this, if this isn't a Strange New Worlds flashback set, like a holodeck, I'd be surprised, because this is so off the mark when it comes to art design. Like they've literally got the same top of door rim light on Strange New Worlds ship. Now, if
Yeah.
you're really saying, which I mean, okay, bold idea, guys. I'll swap poll out in a minute. If they literally set up the colony at the end of season 5 of Discovery, so they could hybridize the sets, knowing they were doing an Academy show, so they made new sets in the style of Stranger Worlds, but a little bit different, and then they modified those sets. They got a free bridge, a free engine room, a free whatever, and they made their cone training ship that ship to save money. How would you feel about that? Because that is an interesting play.
Gotta do what you gotta do budget wise, but I don't like the idea personally. Plus,
Then,
they filmed this quite a while ago.
this year.
Yeah, they just finished. They just wrapped Stranger World season 4 today, apparently.
Yeah. So they finished this a few months ago. Because I could buy this is a Strange New World engineering room, like teaching room sort of style set, right? Like there's one of them, fine for big meetings that are bigger than, right? Fine, I could buy that. Not quite with the visual flowers out the not window, but yeah, it's just so much like Strange World. It's odd. But let's look at the poll, because I asked for 110, 130. Superb. This is the official poll of you all who are here. I asked the question, what do you think of these images? Basically, the answer was sort of yay to no. The winner by actually really close scores here. Really close. 34%, so what, 45 people said looks okay. Mid. A 10% off, 23%, nope, not for me. Which is a good 30-ish people. 1% less, really excited to see. Then 1% less again, looks awesome. So 3 almost identical things. So we have so the top 2, so over 50% think meh or bleh. And 50% say looks good or awesome. Wow, that's... Okay.
Liam says the fact that you could put the Stranger World cast crew on this set and it would look completely fine shows there isn't a good separation between 900 years of design. Yes, I agree.
And I like
But a
this.
Klingon.
Oh, Klingons, great. And I like the season 5 Discovery look of the stuff headquarters. It was great. It was good stuff. Yeah. This is not that. This is not that. All right, let's start a new poll. And this is a simple one, guys. So vote now.
I'm going to swap the picture while you're doing that. Is that okay?
Yeah, but 10 out of 10 for Klingon look. Although doesn't he look a little bit like the new Doctor from Stranger Worlds? The like, even he's a little bit lanky in uniform.
The ensign.
Yeah, like even the dreads, like a little bit. It's interesting. Both have a similar look, but one's a Klingon. But yeah, it looks great. I'm excited to meet this guy. I like his Klingonness.
All right, let's get to that while he does the new poll. I'm going to pull in this one because I'm eager to talk about this one. All right, so here we got some teen drama happening, I'm sure. They're having a discussion. But for me, this is also the same room as the one we were just looking at with cherry blossoms, which is also in another photo as well. But we got a wall here with names on it, which I find quite interesting, which once Sam is done, we will take a look and go over some of the names. Yeah, there's some good ones.
All right, read out the poll.
Ooh, new poll.
Yeah.
Go vote. Are you going to watch Starfleet Academy when it airs right away? Yes, as soon as it comes out. We'll watch sometimes, or I won't watch, to be honest. Perfect. So, looking at this wall, I'm just going to read some of the names that stand out to me. Is that okay?
Sure.
Sure. Captain William Decker, Captain John Harrison, um, got Captain Carol Freeman, Captain Cristobal, which would be Rios.
Oh,
The
wait.
last part of the name is cut
You
off.
say captain?
Yeah,
He never made captain.
Captain
Well, oh,
Cristobal.
I guess technically for like a month. Damn, as a
Yeah,
he did so little and
Commander
okay, fair.
Commander Hugh Colbert. There's a Dax behind her. I can't really read the full name though. There is a Commander Beckett Mariner. There is Captain Sonia Gomez, Lieutenant Commander Balana Torres. So that's to imply that Balana only got to the rank of Lieutenant Commander. There's a bunch of other names there. Captain Amana Ramsey, also from Lower Decks. I'm sure we'll get better images of this wall during the show, but this was interesting to see the Lower Decks names and stuff on there. Just an odd assortment of names, if I'm honest.
Yeah, and how do you feel about this? The point of this image is to show those names, is to get fan discussion. It's not about these actors. No offense, guys, because this tells me nothing about anything. But it's just to get that fan reaction. You know, we put work into
Maybe
this
these are,
graphic. What do you think?
yeah, maybe these are all people that have taught at Starfleet Academy over the years.
Oh, that's interesting.
Um, like
That's
some kind of
fine.
special instructor,
Hmm.
and their rank was when they were teaching. Maybe I don't know. Um, it just seems like an odd assortment of names and different ranks that it's just odd. It might be a memorial wall of some kind, but I don't know how I feel about that. Memorial walls are usually for, you know, people that have died in accidents and or, special circumstances.
And Kolber's on it, and he's currently there.
And there would literally be thousands and thousands of names. They're going back as far as Beckett and
Well,
Will
John Harriman.
Decker.
Well, yeah, like, you know,
Like,
old school people.
yeah. So I don't know. I want to see the rest of the wall. I want to know its purpose, but it's interesting to throw these names on there and have touchstones to lower decks and stuff like that. Like it's really
They
quite
respect.
cool. Yeah.
Which, for those that say Lower Decks isn't canon as a cartoon, bitch, please. Their name's now in live action canon,
Yeah.
right?
What did you think about the wall? Is there any names you noticed that I didn't like?
I hadn't looked. That was my first time. We just said the things. So my thing about this is that I don't tend to get behind these sorts of references in the same way because I know this is more just to get fans happy and excited. But this is the easiest and non. I mean, they'd physically build this versus a computer display, but this to me is a sort of empty reference. It's just member berries. Look, a name you know. So for me, this is of little value, and I'm not going to get caught up in the excitement because this took them not long to get fan whatever. Now, you saying about being professors, that is different. That gets me excited because then it implies, well, as always, get them back for cameos, but then it implies we could see live action versions of them, maybe not even like not physical, because you could do right. You could do a CG hologram version of John Harriman. Say you get Alan Ruck, de-age him for a still, right? You do because you know, and he's like on a hollow plaque, and it rotates out and it shows the historical people, and that would be enough for me as like a respect thing, because then you could reference, oh, we were taught, you know, the lesson of the great John Harriman was this, and that becomes a bit more tangible because then they become figures of respect within the community of the academy, versus just famous names. It seems odd to me. But I see John Hammond, of course, that's lovely. But then you got kind of Hugh Colbert, who's like there living. Everyone else there is long dead. He is not. So that
Yeah.
really like what? And then also, not that Mike has any right to say anymore, but yeah, now committing to canon, at least this version of canon, that Beckett Mariner never becomes captain. There you go. That's now forever. He can never do that. But then they've also
or she was a commander when she taught at the academy.
that's what I mean. That's the giant caveat, but
Yeah.
pretty interesting. Now you've said those ideas.
Is the top middle one 7 of 9? No. It's There's Captain U.
Me, Samuel. What? It's a Stargate joke.
Yeah. Oh, there's Elam Garrick. He's there as well.
Yeah, that I saw from a previous thing. It's like, what? That's
Or it's not Elam. It's AMB Garrick.
Oh, well,
Anyway, there's distortion from the glass and stuff as well, which makes it. Unless they're standing in the goddamn way, move. We don't care about your goddamn made up drama. Get the fuck out of the picture.
Because the truth is, right, if you got a legacy actor per episode in any form, you'd get massive re-recognition. And we saw Otoy via the Unification short film that you can do digital masks. They did a full voiced de-aged Savick on top of Robin Curtis, and it was exceptional. And using limitations as well, if you have a single 1 minute scene of Alan Ruck coming back and being John Hammond in full uniform with a CGI performance-based young face, and that's each episode of a new lecturer, and so you get Tawny and you get everyone back, you will get the most amount of fan cred you've ever got by doing that, and they can all appear as they are now. It doesn't have to be deep fake. It's a bit more complicated than that. If they did that and committed, and that's just the lecture of the day, you know, you just imagine that, going to a lecture of the day in Lecture Hall 7 where they bring a legacy hologram back and he gives a lecture based on his past experience. You just turn up if you want to and meet a new legacy person per day. That's beautiful. Yeah. And I hope they do, because it's so easy. I say that as I speak about de-aging and such, but it is doable at a good scale now.
Yeah, AMB, I'm being told, stands for ambassador. So Ambassador Garrick. But why is his first name not there?
It should be. And ambassador's interesting. Wouldn't be against that.
Says, well, past lecturers, maybe they could bring some of them back as holograms. Yeah.
That is the biggest thing, yes. But yeah, like I say, if it is truly giving us something beyond just look references, this is sort of shallow. It's like what you'd said when there was the in the first bit of Discovery, that wall of famous captains, and it's like Georgiou was on it, and people was like, what? Like, that felt
yeah, stupid. Static Beard Chakotay throws in $5. Don't forget Captain Sonia Gomez, third down on the right. Yeah, I said her already.
Yeah, lovely to include. Now, who cares about the names, Stuart? The people. We've got two people. He is in uniform because he's got the pocket in an incredibly dark coloured colour, so I'm guessing it's blue and the lighting's bad. And then she is in a dress? I feel like I see her legs. Or they're very, very, very tall boots. Oh no, she's wearing the same costume as the guy from the previous short in the maybe debate. So she's on the delegation from that race. So I recognise the collar. I thought about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a cadet talking to one of the delegation who he thinks, who he wants to professionally talk to and not anything else. I think the question will be, how many episodes until you see someone have sex in the show? Right? Maybe not direct, but like, bow chicka wow, cut to black, here they go. How many episodes, right? Is it going to be 1, 3, 3.5, you know? Teen drama. You kind of need to have that, you don't need to have it. You kind of need to have that in that sort of show.
Not going to make a call on that. Sorry.
Should I bring another picture in?
Yes, I will get rid of this.
And guys, yeah, keep in your super chats. I want to know your thoughts. And help us out if you can. Now, this one is when we talk about the absolute least for all the reasons, but no finally get to talk about it. This is a shot from Terminator Genesis. There's Sarah Connor and young John Connor out in Mexico on a. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Absolutely, that's what this is. I'm assuming this is the A plot. as in this is a flashback to the main A plot. And I love the fact that when we did this for Stranger Worlds, I called various things. So I'm going to keep calling things because, you know, structurally, because it feels so different and slightly ethereal. So I'm going to guess that this is our lead villain as the kid. This is his mum. And they're abandoned on some planet. You know,
Or
buried alive. And this is the thing.
or this is some kid who has aspirations to do something better. Maybe the legendary Starfleet, but this is while the burn was a thing.
100%.
So they didn't have a way to get off the planet. So he's talking to his mom and they're living in squalor and he wants to.
Yeah.
And then now he's part of Starfleet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could go either way, that one for sure.
And also, I hadn't even thought of that, but that is such a strong sell you just said there. The burn is a slightly broken concept. As in, in theory, several quadrillions should be dead. Anything with active warp core, which is most people at most times, should all have blown up. So I'm hoping they've mentioned that if we are doing flashbacks, that's super appropriate. That they retcon it and say only at warp, because that would turn the death toll from hundreds of trillions to only multiple billions, because loads of people at warp at all times, and they kind of need that because otherwise a substantial part of the population of the galaxy died, and that's kind of gruesome. And it's an easy retcon. It's absolutely the episode, right? Like there's, you know, the hand wave, the shot about the all the ships together because they could have been a concept image, blah blah. The other thing I see in this shot, and it seems a bit odd, I know, and tell me if you think it's ridiculous. If it's a prison cell.
Could be indeed,
because
yes.
they don't feel
it has
like,
that feel.
Because they don't feel like they can be truly brutal. So it's a holodeck prison cell. All the walls allow them for view, so they don't have to look at nothing, and the rest of it's a cell. So it's kind of that sparsity. So it's like you are in detention, but here's a lovely view, and that feels sort of enlightened, and that feels kind of, you know, I like that.
Juan Filone or Filone. This is what made me laugh. Sorry. This is like the nerd cred if Mike and Jay were serious and Rich Evans had died of diabetes.
Or AIDS.
AIDS.
That makes sense if you know the show. That was not that bad a joke. It makes sense. Yeah, welcome to the nerd crew. Yeah. He's
the nerd crew.
Jay,
It's very cool. Very cool.
Oh, yeah. Very, very cool.
Yeah, this I think is part of the serious story. A lot of the other ones look like promotional shots, which they clearly are. But yeah, this I'm betting that it's one of the students that is having a flashback to when he was talking to his mom. She was hoping that she can provide a better life for him or whatever, and now he's in Starfleet. Yeah.
I did it, Mom. I did it for you. Turns out she's not really dead. What? You said you went out for cigarettes. You never came back, Mom. You had to learn to sing on your own. You know, something saying. Yeah, but I absolutely agree. It's definitely ethereal. It's definitely odd. I mean, you know, you film these things with intention. It feels like a flashback, right?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, hell, if you were going really dramatic about it, if this is his memory and what he remembers is a great vista and it being beautiful, what it actually was a war zone, and this was a haze of like nuclear fire, and the light and he reversed it in his brain to being pretty, but really it was a war zone. That is also a wonderful thematic trick. So there's loads of ways you could take this, but definitely not a standard scene. All the way wrong it is. Either way.
Yeah, interesting.
But also not at all. Funny that. Ironically, it's one of those Star Trek looking shots, because this could be in TNG. Do you know what I mean with the set design? It actually looks more Trek than two of the other ones, because it's like really consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, where do you want to go next?
Let's talk about Mr. Picardo.
Ah, yes. Now, in the poll in the chat, is this lovely lad what you're excited for most in this show?
Yeah. For me, it is.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting to see which doctor it is. Is it our doctor, or is it the one from what's it called? Shit.
Living Witness.
Living Witness. That's it. Thank you.
Why do I know these things? Stupid.
It could be either, and I'm looking forward to getting the story to hear about this one, because Picardo's awesome. He loves Star Trek. He loves the fans, and hopefully he wouldn't do something that would be detrimental to Trek. But money talks, so it's hard to say.
Yeah. The issue here is that in previous eras, we'd just be excited,
Mhm.
but you can actively damage a character. Look at Jean-Luc Picard, a la Picard Season 1, Season 2. They actively hurt his character significantly, and it's now hard to watch previous seasons of TNG not knowing some of that stuff. So,
Mm.
while it's not quite the same logic, like, you're not going to have flashbacks to Voyager in this show with him looking young, and, like, as in they can't have childhood stuff, right? So there's a bit more limit to what they can do with his past self. But he's one of the most loved characters is the EMH.
Yeah.
And Picard is a well-loved
Yeah.
person, so they can easily do him dirty. Really easily do him dirty. I'm slightly inclined for it to be the Living Witness guy, because then they can just kind of have fun with it. Like, same Dr.
Yeah.
Core, but be different.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, because then you do get to have the cake and eat it too, versus any other future appearances, which we hope are going to happen, of the original. But also, it doesn't really matter. It could be a third version. They honestly, they could have said, we need a new Doctor. There's no one in Starfleet good. Let's turn on the ancient EMH. Like, he did it himself as a reserve program. It's a backup he made in the 2700s. You know what I mean? You could easily do a third Doctor, and I'd be not against it. The character's still the same. You still get to have the fun of the character, and not affect the past.
Mm-hmm. Dark Thunder says two things immediately stand out in this pick. No mobile emitter on his sleeve. Could be a hollow environment. And second, he got some gold accents on the uniform. Maybe he's Admiralty. Yes to both. But also consider that their comm badges in Discovery, once they get to the 32nd century, include tricorder, transporter, communicator, everything. He could have a hollow emitter built into a comm badge, something. So, yeah. And Admiralty, he's got purple as well. I don't know if it's just the lighting, but it's definitely a unique look. And if he's one of the oldest, quote unquote, people there, yeah, maybe he is Admiralty. Maybe he's the dean of the Academy now. I don't know. Could be a lot of answers for that and a unique look. But it is a unique look compared to all the other people we've been seeing. So,
boy,
kind of hard to say.
They are giving costumers a lot of homework, because they cannot stop. But it also makes sense to give, an academy as an educational facility a different rank structure, etc. And guys, do keep paying super chats. We are, over an hour. Wow, over an hour and a half in. We'd love to get at least another 10 more. I mean, certainly rely on these to help out the channel. We jumped the main review for this, so hopefully support that encouragement. If you can, you can. Oh yeah, Pelia can be in it. Yeah, I'd Pelia. Bring in Pelia. Yeah, she's alive, probably, maybe. If she survived the burn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
EMH,
she was standing right beside.
What sort of name is the EMH? I was around when you were just a thing at Timber's eye. Oh, Pelia. A thorn in my side in every era. No, Doctor, you need to be here to teach the students. I don't need to do anything. Lanthanites think they own the universe. Easy to do the EMH's voice.
Yeah.
But also, guys, remember, the mobile emitter was only 29th century tech.
Yep.
This is 31st, even though they're in a change worlds looking set. So it's so outdated that, right? Like, I mean, I don't want to see a synth organic body, because that's too far. I want him to be a hologram. In our other review, I said I want to see the ability set. I know you can beam between places, so it's sort of the same thing, but I want to see him go and just pop up and move and have that fun. Wouldn't probably sound the same, but I want him to have that. But I mean, he's had his entire life, right? I have no reason to think he'd want to be human, like a human body. Hard light hologram, yes, but not real. I could see it being more like the honestly, yeah, more like the Red Dwarf Hollow light bee, which is a little thing that goes in the middle of the person versus the edge. And it's hard light, so it creates a full 3-dimensional force field, and it's a full generator, and it gives you biosigns if you want. Like, it's a more complete package, because a hollow emitter is designed to take a hologram out of a holodeck, but that would be designed to sustain a holo program indefinitely and give them more corporeal features. That I would want to see, because it'd be odd if it was. I don't want to see a bio body. I don't want to see a robot body. Really, you could do both. I don't want to see either. Keep him a hologram. I don't want it to be like it's sewn into his uniform that it's a holo thing because they them to one uniform. I want it to be a separate emitter because they could change. You know, I would love to see him in a Voyager uniform at some point just for the lols, right? I'm sure there's someone out there that has a Bob Picardo uniform that would to send it off, and I'm sure he fits into a uniform from 30 years ago. I don't know that bit, but well, they are quite stretchy. We have one, so yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right. Which one do you want to bring in next?
This one, which has the delta on the side of the uniform, which to me looks really silly.
Oh, good God. Yeah, I didn't see that before.
Yeah, I get it. It's silly. And it would even
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is also the same room as before. The lights
Mhm.
on the upper right and the cherry blossom trees. Yeah.
I love the absolutely bought from IKEA, pristine. We used them yesterday looking tables.
That's what I was thinking.
Because everything is so clean and like fresh off the boat. And it's odd that
Yeah.
like you watch Voyager and you don't think, oh, those sets look fresh and clean. They just feel like there's a tangible lightness and freshness and maybe blank lightness. Like it does, this feels more like a teen drama, which in fact is what they are doing. But I'm amazed how successful it feels here.
Yeah.
Like it looks
this like
fine, but yeah, it's odd.
Is this like 32nd century Hogwarts? Because it's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
You're an officer, Harry. I'm also confused by these pads. Like my phone has bevels that are this big.
Yeah.
Why the hell are the bevels that big? Now they look fine for a Voyager pad. This ain't that. They should all be very fancy. And why the hell are they eating in World War II ration tins? Like, there's such a discontinuity of art design here. Like, IKEA furniture with Nemesis pads, World War II eating things, and Ender's Game costumes. It's such a... Like, it's all over... And then Stranger Worlds sets. Like, do you know what I mean? It's so all over the place. There's no consistent art style here. It's very odd.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed, too, that there's the people in the darker uniforms there as well, sitting at the other table, which were...
Is that Tilly with the hair?
No.
Okay.
Pretty sure not. But, I mean... I kind of like the uniforms, except for the delta on the side. Like when it's unzipped, like the guy that's sitting at the table, I think that looks really good. I don't like the droopiness of the delta though, with those things coming down. But it ties into the last comm badge we got for Discovery before the future flash forward.
But the fact that you can't read the comm badge even a percent, it's entirely lost. I mean, so was in the oval, but it does not work as a comm badge. I'm fine being a specific one, like there's always reasons, etc., but it's like that does not, you know. But yeah, I mean the uniforms are absolutely fine. They feel like Starship Troopers or Ender's Game. They do not have that Trek feel, which was weird because I defended the season 3 ones. I don't know why. I know people call them McDonald's. No, those are the after ones, but I defended those. Like they're nice, but just don't read in the same good way. And the Delta looks just silly in my opinion. They aren't bad. They could just be a lot better, right? But it's a nice
Montgomery.
still.
Yeah. Treasure Montgomery says, so are they merging the Earth Defense Force Academy and the Starfleet Academy into one? That would make sense, especially if Earth has rejoined the Federation. But yeah. And Quan Filoni says, I lulled at the Tilly joke. It wasn't a joke. He was asking a serious question. Tilly is in this. So
yeah,
I just don't think she's going to be in every episode. She's not one of the main characters, which is odd.
Yeah, because that absolutely looks like her hair.
Yeah.
You know, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I get the fact that it's all brand new, and I would not be against if, and this is again me just writing as a narrative creator, if episode 1 wasn't even about the academy, it was about the adults, about Vance and the building the academy, and nothing about the students, all about the admirals. We bring in either Burnham or Saru, or as you often do, bring a legacy to continue, who's actually from the show exclusively. Maybe they find the Doctor, he's there, like it's some other thing, and at the end they say, yep, all the votes for him, we're going to start the academy, which they did in Discovery Season 5 kind of, but like this version, like a ground-based academy, not space station based. And they say, we are synthesizing everything as we speak, and the last scene is them walking into this giant empty set, and the first thing someone says, pretty clean, isn't it? It'll get there, Doctor, it'll get there. And that's they run a joke that it looks too fresh and clean, and by the end of the scene it looks lived in. I could see that being something, because that is straight off IKEA. It's really like right there.
Juan Filoni says, how can Tilly be in at the same time as the Voyager Doctor? Really?
Because Tilly could be a
32nd
hologram
century.
in the past. She went back in time, clearly, because this is set in Voyager, right?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Set in the 32nd century, so they killed Tilly, jumped there. She was teaching at the academy as it was.
I'd recommend you watch Discovery Season 3. It answers all the questions. Yeah. And also, they could just turn a new Doctor on from the archives, like just computer create a new version of the EMH from the 2350s. Please, there's a medical emergency. We're here to make a new one. It's fine. Good. We'll be the same guy, but it'd be his face anyway.
Yeah, you're frozen on my screen. I didn't hear all that. So sorry. Is it just me, or does this picture seem like a behind the scenes photo? Because it looks like the girl at the table and her are looking off camera to like a director that said something. Plus, she's playing with her hair. It doesn't feel like it's an actual scene from the show. That's kind of the vibe that I got first time seeing it.
Yeah, it's got a different look. It looks more like a teen drama as a tangible
absolutely.
summon. Tangible summon.
Yeah.
But hey, if this is a genuine behind the scenes, still having fun, cool. Good for him.
All right.
Where are we going next?
Well, next we will follow up with one that's similar. This one here. But somebody said they were off put by because he's standing on the chair yelling. This is one of those moments where everybody's like beat down or upset or depressed, and this guy's getting on the chair going, "Come on, guys, we got this." That's exactly what this scene is for me. Now, this feels way more casual because there are people wearing just like regular like hoodies and stuff and track pants and running shoes. It feels very modern. It feels like a modern day cafeteria as well with those chairs.
Oh, do you see the caption? I'm obviously lying. It's a joke. Do you see the caption? There's a rehearsal on day 3.
This is the dress rehearsal. This is the read through.
Yeah, it absolutely feels like a dress rehearsal. Even the weird lighting on the thing on the left, the thing on the right, it feels like a studio light just on. It should be off for balancing.
Yeah. A room full of IKEA furniture. Yeah. He better be like, oh, Captain, my Captain. Yeah, exactly. That's what he's doing. He's trying to inspire everybody.
And of course, a Ferengi behind him.
Yeah, I just
behind his butt. And that's great. Like, I'm excited to learn more. I want to see, I mean, honestly, if they were going full Gene Roddenberry, I want to see almost every famous race. I want to see Andorian, Bolian, Tellarite, Gorn.
Yep.
Do it. Be brave. Show Gorn.
Is it just me, or is the thing that they're sitting on the right hand side, does that not remind you of the like Galactic Star Cruiser from Disney? It's got that kind of.
They bought some of the props off them to save budget.
It's got that same aesthetic, and it's bothering me.
Did they film it in the Star Cruiser to save money as well? Can you imagine they hired that thing out to Star Trek to film? They filmed Star Trek inside Star Wars. That would be tremendous, though. I mean, where do those props and costumes go, right? Where did they go?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ray Ricks, £10.
Oh,
thank you so much, Ray.
Well, lad.
Cast for this is great, and they have spent a lot of money on this to rent 2 whole sound stages. Hoping it's good, and we'll be watching. I will be watching. Maybe will explain why Starfleet needs to brand everything, so nobody steals it. Everybody wants like the coolest stuff, and Starfleet's got it, so they got to brand everything.
Yeah. And also, did you read the poll out?
I did.
Cool. Vote it now. Yeah, this one, I mean, there's going to be definitely a on and off duty vibe here. Students make sense, right? So I'm not against seeing modern clothes. We just saw that in Stranger Worlds, and not a problem. The fact the guy on the right just is wearing, I could buy that in Walmart, right? It is yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some guys with red shirt, although that's probably just the undershirt.
Dan Ben says 2 arch podiums on the left. No, I think those are probably food dispensers, like food replicators or something.
Yeah.
I don't think they're podiums. They're not the right size or anything.
No, 100%, 100%. And in fact, there's a lady eating a burger in the bottom back.
Yeah.
So this is a mess hall. And I don't know if you noticed, but I think they're making a little reference in the left-hand side middle. There's a box. I think that's meant to be the engineering box from Voyager, that famous.
It definitely looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be a cute little reference. But yeah, if this is the mess hall, and he's, like, these are kids, especially if it's I hope it's the first year cadets. Like, if you're going to do this idea, go full force, make them as young as, and make them straight from the home worlds. You really get that social whatever, because then the contrast between them and the adults will feel more striking. And if there is no, if this is generally a new academy, and there aren't third years because it's a different academy, because they're not in the same stuff as Tilly's group. This is not the same whatever. Uniform-wise. So if this is a new academy, fresh, and therefore technically it's only first years, then it would be kind of interesting there if it's a 3-year show, and each year is seeing the original class, graduate by the end of it. The full 3-year journey of an academy would be kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm just thinking I'm standing on a chair. Yeah. Like, I mean, Mbenga murdered a Klingon in cold blood. That's worse than being on a chair. You know what I mean? Like, Gary Mitchell in TOS didn't know his best friend's middle name, right? Characters do bad things. So a chair is fine. Next, though, let's look at your favourite character, sort of, but not quite. Tig Notaro, who I don't know from anything else, but you do. So briefly, I'll say, I commend them, and I'm confused by them, right? They are just normal Strange New World Discovery displays. Nothing sci-fi at all about them. That's not the feature you've presented to us, but also, of course you just shoot your screens. What are you doing? I like the fact that it's consistent, but not for this era. It should be weird and wonderful.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think this is probably a holographic classroom of sorts. And if she's teaching, that's why she's maintained that asymmetrical look at the bottom. She likes that kind of style uniform. That's what she's used to. That's what she came here in. Sure, she's got different striping on it or whatever. And so she's teaching the class with this, would look like clearly Discovery era type tables and seats.
If you lit it in blue, it'd be Discovery, like 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And same with the displays. Like, it's just it's her preference because she's old and stuck in her ways. And this is the way she wanted it. This was her caveat for teaching at the academy. I want to wear the uniform I want to wear, and I want to have the era that I'm used to.
Sure, she's only in like 50s though. I mean, just in general, because like her hair is so dark.
I didn't mean that she's old. I just meant that she's stuck in her ways. She's very much
34.
The way she is.
Wasted old and stuck in her ways. She's not that old. I know she's 900 years old, but
I'm 50. I'm old and stuck in my ways. I like what I like, and that's the way it is. So, but anyway, yeah, that's what I think is going on here. But
I mean, that is a fair. If they walk in and it's a holodeck set, and she says, "Activate Notaro." No, he's not that in the show. Reno, activate Reno 6. And someone says, "Oh, 2D displays. Yeah, I like them. They're easy to read." Oh, for you? Well, I am the teacher. Get over it. Like, yeah. Because that looks like that's a nice, generic, boring, standard, effective set. And actually, like, I kind of like the idea that the lecturer's in the middle, standing, people sit around them, and then the lecturer can look out at any direction and see the displays that change to the information. Anyone can look behind the lecturer at any direction and see the information, because they're 360. Fine. Yeah. It's a very fine, generic set. Very happy with it. And sure, it's good. bit of bright yellow, but that's standard. A lot of variety in the uniforms. It is her season 5 uniform, but with extra. Okay. Asymmetrical stripe. Weird. Don't know.
Unless Sarah 2 says, I may be remembering wrong, but didn't that actress have cancer? Yes, she did. I think she's in remission now or something. But yeah, that's why she wasn't around as much as she could have been.
Well, she also didn't live.
Plus COVID.
Yeah, she wasn't able to get across and stay, so she chose to not. That's why they filmed all this stuff in a bulk, and she's only in like a little bit. She was meant to be in more. Yeah. To write her out.
Yeah, I'm Jet Reno, and I will be your instructor in archaic technologies. That's funny.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, archaic when we had flying drones and hologram tech and all this archaic stuff that you totally had in 3.2S. Boy, imagine if they had the absolute balls to show TOS in the show. You know, like actually bring out Electra in Tilde's classic velour. You know.
Yeah, it would be good, but
because we did see Yor in the season 1, so they have done that, and it actually looked really good. Oh, I hope they have the balls. I hope that the cojones would be nice. But yeah, looks fine. Looks decent. Nothing particularly special, but I think I said in our review, she looks exactly like what she's meant to look like. Cool.
Yes. Just remember, if you're in her class and you want to win her over, don't bring her an apple. Bring her black licorice.
Sure. Good stuff.
For some reason, she likes it. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how much she's in it. I can't see her being, like they say she's one of the more regular ones, but hopefully she does get more screen time than she did in Discovery, but we'll see.
And that was situational, right? That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Then last of all, accidentally we kept I think for a lot of people, the other biggest reason to be excited, although I like that to find.
Money.
I'm not like, what's he been in the most? Like, what do you know him from? I know him as like a B actor who's just like the guy in things, but I wouldn't consider him like
there's
a draw.
There's a movie where it's a kid's movie where he's like gets covered in blue ink or blue dye.
Sure.
I don't. He's just one of those actors that's in a lot of stuff. Yeah, I can't really say specifically a movie off the top of my head, but and Lazarus says guest star. No, he's a regular. He's the main bad guy, the villain.
Well, the regular still might only mean you're in like 6, which is fine, right? A regular can whatever. But said here, that person says no one is ever going to show TOS aesthetic again. I was surprised they did in Prodigy. Well, they did in Section 31 that came out in January. They showed TOS phaser. So you're wrong. And they have TOS computer displays, as in the box computers in Stranger Worlds. You can see them in Pike's office. So they've had TOS aesthetic this year in 2 shows, and Prodigy last year, and Lower Decks last year, and I mean every show shown TOS. Did Picard show TOS? Yeah, with the New Jersey. Did Discovery show TOS? No, Discovery didn't. But well, they did technically Cage. Technically, they did. They literally showed TOS.
They literally showed the actual cage. Yeah.
So objectively wrong.
Yeah.
What do you think of Man?
Very garish and not flamboyant, but extravagant. That neck piece, the matching, all the finger things. Now they're supposed to be like cybernetic fingers, fake fingers, or are they just things that slide over like rings? Like, is he trying to be garish? I don't know. As we talked about in our edited one, he does seem like a mob boss type feel. Hopefully it's not a galaxy destroying threat or anything. I don't think it will be. I think he's just going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass for people. But yeah, he has an interesting look. The ears are quite interesting. Now, is the stuff on his face, is it part of his species, or is it like ritualistic scarring that they sometimes do? It'll be interesting to find that out. I would assume it's just a species though. But yeah, he looks like he's got some bullet holes in his jacket. So it's quite an interesting look, and I'm going to be really intrigued to see what they do with this character and what he's all about. So yeah. Time Shepherd says pathetic looking alien. How so?
Yeah, explain
It
why. We'd love to
looks
hear that. It's a very, very dramatic response. Let us know
indeed.
why. Nero's great grandson. I mean, with hybrid of other aliens, not yeah, fair.
He's the Academy janitor. Maybe. Yeah.
You spit in my bucket too many times now. Multi tools, and they do things. Yeah, I mean he.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say Ryan K says maybe he doesn't like the idea of the Federation making a comeback. Yeah. Maybe he's like the Emerald Chain. He's got some kind of criminal organization going on and he doesn't want Starfleet coming in and stepping on things and yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't think it's implying this, but on the left, there's a lot of green, same Emerald Chain green. He could be the new leader of it. I don't think he would, but he could be. Because yeah, as I said in our, as you mirrored things I'd said previously. Yeah, he feels like a mob boss, but not in a dramatic way. Because he looks quite well kept, relatively speaking. He looks like he has a sense of professionalism, even though it's silly. For me, that's what my brain says, right? He's like yeah. Again, costume design is quite specific, and he gives off that sort of vibe to me.
He's the Snape of this school.
Wow, that's Jesus Christ, maybe.
I'm just saying.
He says that's a standard issue rebellion jacket. If you rebel against the uniform, that's the jacket you wear. I'm assuming that the metal is actually replicatable matter, and you can shift it into different things as like.
Oh yeah.
Because of course, then you could make that matter static and make it metal, so it can come off him, become a rifle, become a sword. Expensive thing to do, sense. But like that's a usage of the thing. Basically, it's T1000, right? But like that, and it becomes a spear and it's fighting. Like that's
Just think Wendella and her
whatever
her artifact thing. Yeah.
What was that called? As a spirit name, like Remnant or.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he looks good. He looks less complicated than I thought, and I'm gonna give him mad props for that. He's not covered in makeup. He's classic TNG. He's got a bit of this, bit of this, bit of this. His face. He can properly act. He looks like himself, but not. And there's tattoos back of his head. Would you say? Like tattoos to me.
Yeah, tattoo or alien markings, like the spots on the trill or something. But yeah.
But yeah, for me, this sings as being. I love what I said earlier about whereas the academy is starting, he wants information from the academy because he thinks X, Y, or Z, and he either gets into the academy, does something dodgy, he steals information, he blackmails someone, he's the dad of somebody. That's been a previous theory. But yeah, low level mob boss who is clever, right? Like you can be a serious threat and not be physically threatening, while he's not physically threatening. Like he's not, he's not various people who would be. So hopefully he's an intelligent baddie who's just kind of fun. Because a lot of the baddies are just entertaining and fun, and it's often a strong play.
Yeah, Dan Ben says, info on this picture on entertainment says Kurtzman does confirm Klingons will be a part of the show, more specifically a Klingon hybrid species who are several of our main characters. Could that be Giamatti's particular role? There's nothing here that says Klingon at all. And who cares what Kurtzman says? Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see any Klingon. I mean, not a single. The Jem'Hadar maybe. But yeah, unless he's like my great Worf's my dad. He's Alexander's great son. Like that level of keeps splitting down. God, imagine if it was Alexander's kid, like descendant. You know what I mean? Just showing how like absolutely varied you can be when you interbreed over 7 races over 700 years. It's like, yes, I'm actually a son of Mog. It's like, huh? And Michael Dorn shows up. Hello, great 45 times grandson. Hello, Worf. What? We're being paid to film this?
Sure.
We are, yes. Shit. Thanks, Michael Dorn, for coming back. Goodness. But yeah, not Elektra, I'm going to say. Not a big sci-fi villain, I'm going to say. And he doesn't look menacing, but he looks mobby, and there's a different vibe.
Yeah,
Decent look, and not a Klingon, and like actually a Klingon, which was the theory.
I do like the programmable matter jewelry. That's kind of an interesting and really cool idea. I would be down for that.
I don't know why you wouldn't, right? Like, you know, because it kind of like Iron Man in Infinity War and Endgame. You know, you grab it, it forms, and then it becomes a shield, and you can block phaser fire. Like,
Yeah.
hard thing to do, effects wise, but like they did it themselves by having all weird stuff.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't put much stock in what they say in interviews, so. But
I mean, I don't see anything in the forehead. He looks very a good fun alien. Like, I'm fine if they're burn mark, like if they're actual marks in his face, but I think that's a good alien look, just having weird lines. You know,
Mhm.
we all
Mhm.
have odd things in our faces because we're humans.
I mean, I don't. I'm perfect, but you know,
Sorry,
want to
except
speak for
Stuart, he's
yourself.
perfect.
Perfect.
Right, guys, you know what? I want to challenge everybody. 75 of you. We always do at the end. We ask for final super chat scores as a final way to end out such a live.
Mm.
So can you, for $2, $3, whatever, help us out and give your score on what you think of these images? After a 2-hour debate, I think we've been a lot of detail. I think we learned a lot of things. I'm quite impressed in us, but this is how many
I
trailers
hope
have we
so.
looked at? Yeah, this is kind of what we do. And this is probably the most pictures they've released for any new show. It's not just cast images on the set. This is all new stuff. So well on them for giving
Yeah.
us a proper look. So awesome. But yeah, super chat your score of how you think these have come out. A final, $19 would be great, etc., etc. Whatever, and vote in the poll as well. Oh no, 104. Wow, 104 votes. I'll actually finish that poll actually now because that's a lot of votes. Wow. Are you going to watch the Starfleet Academy when it airs, which means right away? 50% yes as soon as it comes out. And then a very, very close 28% won't watch, 25% sometime. So that's, I mean,
Wow.
to get 50% of your audience is pretty good to watch it straight away.
Yeah.
25% just might not practically be able to do it. But yeah, actually,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. I'm gonna call that a win for them.
And Dan Ben says, if I'm reading this entertainment correctly, I think this is a picture of the main villain. Yeah, it is. It's Paul Giamatti. He's the main villain for the series. So yeah, so super chat in if you're able to, a score. But and hit like if you haven't already. We have 95 likes. We need 5 more to get to 100. If you haven't hit like yet, please do. But super chat in and shoot us a score or any thoughts that you have about all these pictures we've shown. I'm, as I always am, I'm excited for anything new Star Trek. I'm going to say cautiously optimistic again. Hopefully, they've learned from some of the missteps that Discovery took. So it's I mean, Strange New Worlds has, and it's different showrunners or whatever. That's fine, but hopefully they get the idea. I'm not looking forward to a lot of teen drama, but guess what? That's what we're gonna get, and that'll be fine, I'm sure. Um, I just hope it's a good story and well told. And I was gonna say not very canon breaking. You can't break much canon in the future, but you can. So don't damage any existing characters. Don't do anything stupid. That's what I'm hoping for. Uh,
Yeah, I think I'm more excited after talking to you about this. I would
mhm.
say. And if you have any
Yeah.
feelings about that.
I'm probably a little less excited than I was going into it. I was just excited to get the new pictures and stuff, and I was like, oh, this will be fun to talk about. And then as we started talking about it, I'm like, there's not as much to talk about as I thought there might be. Um, so yeah, I'm hoping for the best, is what I'm saying. We're getting some good characters returning with Picardo, Reno, Vance is going to be there. Tilly will pop up. Like, there's lots to look forward to. Plus, you can have anyone honestly return from Star Trek in the form of a hologram or whatever as a guest lecturer or something. So I'm hoping that there's going to be things like that in it personally. There's a new poll up. What are you most excited for? The Doctor's return, the new villain, more of Discovery in essence, or brand new things? Go vote. Hit like. Let's go.
Yeah, last minute poll. Just kind of.
Stuart Perry says, I won't watch unless there are starships and you recommend. Oh, glad you you trust our opinion.
We do try. Because we're absolutely going to call out good things. You know, always feels so disingenuous to not call out positives, you know?
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
and the bad, or why bother reviewing? So I feel like I'd be very, you know, it'd be sad just to be sad all the time.
Right?
That's just me.
Goat Boy, I couldn't believe Section 31 was Star Trek. Didn't have the tone of storytelling. Was like a bad fan film. Yeah. Section 31 was an absolute disappointment. Not that we expected it to be good going in, but
It wasn't the
yeah.
best. What's its current score? Because I'd be shocked if it's over 30. If it's over 30%, because that feels like the appropriate sort of score.
It's funny. Me and Sylvia watch Strange New Worlds on Paramount Plus, and before every episode, like if you go into it, they show a preview for Section 31. That's like you're selling that to the wrong people. Yes, we're Star Trek, we're watching Star Trek, but anybody that you don't put it on this show. Put it on another show that's not Star Trek related, because you're just pissing people off at the beginning of every episode by check out Section 31. No.
So IMDb, this has now been over half a year. It is a 20% by reviewers and 16% by over 1,000 people. And it's not going to get review bombed if it even was after a certain point. So now they can... top critic David is enjoyable enough and fits nicely into Star Trek canon. I'm sure you never fails to entertain.
Yeah.
Have they watched it?
Probably, and they know nothing about Star Trek. So
Yeah.
Terrence Child says that's a new version of the Klingons, isn't it? How so? How in any way is this a Klingon? Some of the ornamentation that he's wearing looks like it might be Discovery Klingon-y, but
I mean,
we already in Phoenix Gundam we already saw a Klingon in the cast
right?
here, so
yeah, I see zero. I mean, there's almost there is some Klingon Discovery Klingons, but there is no Klingon in this chap at all. No. But yeah, hopefully we see the Voyager A.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine if the EMH is the captain of the Voyager A as a medical ship.
You mean Voyager J, right?
As I said, if he's captain of the Voyager J as a medical ship.
Perfect.
That'd be cute, right?
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Be a bit narcissistic and like, you know, self-referential. But like, yeah. If he's given an assignment, if he's like, you know what, Doctor, you've done everything. Every job in Starfleet. Do you want to be a captain? Give it a go. What ship do you want? Well, okay, we'll recommission your Voyager for you. Thank you. Got blown up in the burn and made a new one for you.
And Terrence Child says, I wonder what the new version of the Cardassians are going to look like. We already saw one. She was in Discovery the last season. She was the president. Was half Cardassian.
And look great. Yeah,
half Bajoran, I believe.
Yeah. Look great.
Yeah.
I hope they spend lots of money on the alien department, because they've always been good at the physical quality, just not the designs. Right, guys, we're at the final super chat slot now. We've got 2 minutes, then we'll close out. Any final would be tremendous. And do watch our content. I mean, do watch our first review on this, because, you know, we dropped everything and filmed that. It takes effort and time, and so viewing it helps us out. We did, however, Stuart, get 1,500 views during this live for that video.
Nice.
So that's kind of fun. In real time, people couldn't watch us live, and 1,000 people around the world watched it while we were doing this video.
Yeah, I actually checked in on it after it was released for 22 minutes, and it had 283 views after 22 minutes. our Klingon zombies video, which was up 2 hours ago at 292. So it had the same amount in 22 minutes as the other one that was out for 2 hours. So, yeah. Good to talk about the breaking news stuff, but people were excited about Discovery as well, and we were there for that. We were already on YouTube before Discovery was even a thing. And everybody's so excited, and it just fell off. Just fell off. The viewership and the excitement and the hype. So, yeah.
Yeah, really trying with these. And it's just sad to see because, yeah. Do you remember when Discovery Reviews made 10K? But that was the hate view
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
But we love
Yeah.
you all for being here. And
We
that's
do.
pretty great. So go watch our reviews.
And for checking out, yeah, and for checking out the other content, all the edited stuff and breakdowns. We appreciate it. Go vote in the poll if you haven't already. 39 votes. 4 more likes as well would be awesome. And another super chat or two would be cool. But we are closing out in a minute or so here. So
Yes.
if you're going to say anything, now is the time. Yeah.
To be honest, any videos on this. So we are currently live. We did a video as well, of course. Nope, we're the only people who've done content on so far. Cool. Good for us.
Yay. We win.
Yes.
Well, let's close out this poll.
Yeah.
40 votes. What are you most excited for? The Doctor's Return wins with 70%.
Wow.
Brand New Things, 25%. And The New Villain and More of Discovery are both tied at 3%.
Wow.
So,
Okay, well, only 40
that
votes,
poll.
but yeah, wow. Huh.
Hypno Number says, when
That's
are we
good.
talking about episode 3? That'll be Monday. Monday will be our review and breakdown of that.
Yes. And if there's a trailer, then people in the Canadian side might do a live. If it turns out, don't know. I might do one when I get back on Sunday, don't know. Depends what's about, don't know. Yeah,
Right?
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you.
We do.
Until next time, he's Commander Cockings.
Here's Captain Foley.